Today is July 7th, and this is The View with Catherine.Chang. Today's topics are Hong Kong national security law may force Taiwan organizations to submit information, and the report of Hangguan pre-drill accident. First, I want to talk about Hong Kong national security law to force Taiwan organizations to submit information. Hong Kong newly established the Committee for Safeguarding National Security, 维护国家安全委员会, held their first meeting yesterday. The implementation rules take effect only today, 3 hours after the announcement last night. And what is more exaggerated is the implementation rules of Schedule 5 under the Article 43 stated that Hong Kong government can request Taiwan organizations to provide information by reason of activities concerning Hong Kong, and you will fine if you refuse to provide. And this is ridiculous. Does Hong Kong think it can control Taiwan? Hong Kong has no jurisdiction on Taiwan in any reason whatsoever. The rules aim at foreign or Taiwan political organizations and foreign or Taiwan agents. According to the regulations of national security law, and Taiwan political organizations and agents must provide information regarding activity concern Hong Kong. Otherwise, you will be sentenced for a fine and maximum 2 years imprisonment. Oh, this is too offended. What gives Hong Kong government the right to control political organizations in Taiwan? Take a crazy example. It's just like Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam can request Taiwan President Tsai to provide the Causeway Bay Books manager Lin Rongji's asset and information. If President Tsai refuses to provide the information, the Hong Kong government can impose a fine on President Tsai or for a maximum 2 years imprisonment. This is really unbelievable. It's just like going back to the Cultural Revolution, and it is even more serious than the Cultural Revolution. Moreover, starting from today, Hong Kong police will be authorized to enter private properties to search or for evidence even without a warrant. And this is totally a violation of human rights. And that is why I said that the former President Ma made an indiscreet remark yesterday. He said that the Taiwan national security law is 不遑多让, no less than that, the Hong Kong national security law. But the fact is, he's totally wrong. Taiwan and Hong Kong is completely incomparable. Mr. Ma was born in Hong Kong, but he did not voice for the Hong Kongers, and it is kind of regrettable. Second issue, I want to say that is the report of Hangguan pre-drill accident. Ministry of National Defense held a press conference yesterday to announce the investigation report of Hangguan pre-drill, and several points I want to share. A, the cause of accident excluded human and machinery factors. They believe that it was caused by the sea condition because there was a sudden change of sea status, and it caused 2 boats overturned at around the 8:48 a.m. And also we know that the Ministry of National Defense stated that Taiwan military will temporarily hold landing drill involving inflatable raiding crafts, penalty, and kind of thing that a pending safety reassessment. I feel sorry about this accident. Taiwan heroes were injured or even lost their lives in order to protect Taiwan. President Tsai visited them in a hospital to express her concern yesterday. Thank you, Taiwan heroes. Here are the top stories. Today, we have 0 confirmed cases. Talking about the Hong Kong issue, Hong Kong government unveiled the implementation rules of Article 43 of National Security Law last night, which go into effect on July 7th today. Under the Schedule 5, we can see that Hong Kong law enforcement can require a Taiwan political organization, agent, and authority to provide information by reason of activities concerning Hong Kong, including details such as personal particulars, assets, incomes, and expenditure in Hong Kong. Failure to comply or provide false or incomplete information can be fined like 100,000 Hong Kong dollars or 380,000 NT dollars or maximum imprisonment for 2 years. To voice their opposition over the national security law, Hong Kong protesters were holding up a white sign in a mall, and around 200 Hong Kongers gathered in for a silent protest on Monday, held aloft white blank sheet of paper to dodge national security law. However, we know that at least 10 protesters were arrested under the suspicion of taking part in an unauthorized assembly and obstructing the police. Another 2 protesters were arrested on suspicion of violating the national security law. We know, except for that, following the enactment of the controversial law, social media platform and messaging apps block requests from Hong Kong user data. Facebook, Google, Twitter, WhatsApp, and Telegram will deny law enforcement requests for user data in Hong Kong. On the other hand, we know that the Washington Post published an article early this morning, and the title is "The Hong Kong Security Law Could Be China's Blueprint to Deal with the Taiwan Problem." It said that, in fact, with the passage of the national security law on Hong Kong, China has arguably moved a step closer to preparing for a war with the island democracy that sits 90 miles off its coast. There has been considerable speculations in China that Xi Jinping wants to solve the Taiwan question, sometimes near July of next year, when the Chinese Communist Party will celebrate its centenary. And except for that, we know that the article quotes Li Su's lecture on Chinese social media. Li Su, he is the president of China's modern think tank forum, 当代智库论坛. He said, "From the experiment in Hong Kong, and we will tell the people on Taiwan that after we forcefully united with you, we will have a way to deal with you." Well, I think he's really rude to say that. It's just like scolding a child that if you don't behave, what we'll do, and this and that. And what happened in Hong Kong will happen in Taiwan. That's what he said. But as Lin Feifan, the DPP Deputy Secretary General, said, the CCP Communist Party is even afraid of blank sheets of paper. Taiwan is not the one that you can control. Dalai Lama expressed his wish on 85th birthday to visit Taiwan via a live video stream. And MOFA spokesperson Joanne Oh said that, she said, if an application is received, the government will welcome the Dalai Lama to come to Taiwan again at a time that is convenient for both sides. We know that Dalai Lama visited Taiwan a few years ago in 2009. Unless I want to show you something interesting in Taiwan. It's kind of interesting. We know that funeral is kind of sad, but in Taiwan, it is not for some area. There is a funeral company in Taiwan that it is kind of famous now because their funeral directors are all beauties. And it is kind of comforting for the passed away to see this, they're all beauty. Of course, they didn't only go to funeral. They also go to some activities or getting married or something like that. But they got famous because they go to a funeral. I have to say that in Taiwan, some area, they said when their grandparents pass away, especially granddad, if they're old, pass away. And this is not a sad thing. It should be kind of happy. So for the grandchildren, they will have a special show for them, like a Taiwanese opera, or they will have beauty dancing, and just like this. And these are the beauties in the ceremony. And also we can see sometimes they wear like that. It's kind of sexy, isn't it? And this is what they do too. So that is interesting, something that I will share with you in Taiwan. Funeral is not necessary to be sad. It should be something for greeting and for kind of feeling the confidence and comfort for the disease. So that will be the view for today. I'm Catherine Chang. I'll see you tomorrow.